How would you onboard the owner of the local corner shop so their business starts accepting Lightning?
So I think, we probably are still in the phase where we need to go there like personally and tell them about the benefits of Bitcoin. Give them as much as like easy to digest information. And still, I think they should develop an intrinsic motivation. And then, I probably would give them a voucher with some Bitcoin, and so that they have something to play around with. And then also, what is important to suggest them a solution like a point of sale solution that works reliably. And that they can use to then charge their clients.
Okay, I will organize a Bitcoin meetup, and then I will say take over to the corner shop. What that means is everyone try to buy something and try to pay using a Lightning wallet. I hope that helps for adoption.
Yeah, so actually we're onboarding in Bitcoin Island now in the Philippines, Boracay, Philippines. We're onboarding the corner shops, and the way we're doing it is making it about attracting tourism, for one thing. It's a tourist area, Boracay, Philippines, very tourist driven. A lot of foreigners that have trouble paying. They need to go to an ATM first, get cash. It's a hassle and expensive. So they really understand the need, but everybody's afraid of Bitcoin itself, right? If you're not a Bitcoiner, you're nervous, right, to accept Bitcoin. So what Pouch does, we auto-convert to Philippine pesos, the local currency, and we don't take a fee from the merchant. So it's actually the Bitcoiner pays a little bit, 1.5% in the exchange rate over, that's our business model basically, and we give the merchants exactly how much they invoice for in local currency. So they have no risk really, other than having to trust us for a little bit, but they can immediately cash out their bank account.
Yeah.
And it's working. Like we go in and sell them on like the tourism aspect, and very high success rate of getting people to agree.
I would just say to download a simple phone wallet. I would put a sign in the window that says we accept Bitcoin, and then I would just start accepting payments directly to my wallet. I don't think that there's really too much that you have to do. I don't think you need to go with OpenNode or any of these type of solutions. I think you just put a sign in the window that says we accept Bitcoin, download a wallet, and start accepting payments.
Well, I mean, I think the first and most important thing to do is just to demonstrate how Bitcoin is easily convertible into goods and services on other platforms. I think there's so many places these days where you can actually spend Bitcoin and use it. And I think for new users, for people coming into Bitcoin for the first time, it's really important to know that they can convert it back. Hodling is something that you do when you've been in Bitcoin for a long time and you're really comfortable with it, but spending Bitcoin is something you have to demonstrate before you're going to get someone to hodl.
Again, first I would just ask if they're interested. Maybe, talk through a little bit of the FUD and things that are going wrong, because, you need to, again, meet people where they're at. And then, if they're totally new, I would probably show them one of our games, just see how easy it is, how easy it is to earn, and how quick and efficiently you can take your sats from a game and put them into a wallet. So I'd introduce them in that way, and then I would just continue to onboard them from there, like, hey, see how easy this is? Now let's try and make a payment for something in the corner shop and go from there. So I think, it is a very gradual onboarding process, but yeah, I would start with meeting people where they're at and also not dismissing their concerns, because the volatility, again, the general FUD and a lot of what's going on in the broader community are valid concerns, and we can help people get over that mental hurdle by just meeting them where they're at.
Typically what I do, I actually, when I go to eat something, I get them to download Breeze, and then I pay them with Breeze, and then the eyes light up.
Well, it's really all about, every business is different. You can't go in there with some script. I think that you have to understand the needs of the business. I think number one, when you're talking about accepting digital payments to a business that doesn't have digital payments of any sort, that's a really positive thing. If you're going into a business that is already accepting Visa or MasterCard, you can tell them to start accepting Lightning, and there are essentially no fees associated with it. But I think for Guatemalans in general and business owners, the be your own bank is just a strong argument, and the fact that you can self-custody and take generational wealth and pass it on for generations is just, those are kind of the top 3 things you need to focus on when you're orange pilling. Yeah.
It's a good question. I think the corner shop, I would have to approach them by saying like, look, it has 0 fees. Again, you have to focus not on, sometimes the principles are hard to get across. Explaining Bitcoin as better money is sometimes hard. So you have to focus on why Bitcoin is actually a better money from the bottom up and what that means for the user. So for the user, for the merchant, you pay less fees, and that's, you know, by itself an incredible win. So yeah, that, and also the fact that it's immediate payment, and it's also it's cash final. So they don't have an IOU. There's no promise of payment. Like that's the actual asset that they receive. And so that is, yeah, again, focusing on the properties that make Bitcoin special and that make holding Bitcoin very, very important.